So, yes, I hope I'm clearly audible to everyone. And yes, welcome back to a webinar where we are specifically going to emphasize on how to start your career in digital marketing with generative AI. Thank you so much for the ones who are participating today. Definitely, we'll look at all our queries and questions in the end. Y'all are most welcome to connect via chat and keep your queries active, and please keep journaling down and noting down certain points which we are going to discuss throughout our webinar. So, yes, when we move ahead, today being 13th January 2026, knowing your facilitator, that is Mrs. Gitanjali Pathak. This particular slide shares details about my qualifications, skills, and expertise, where we know that this is like a long term association which we are definitely going to build while we are part of this Regenesis Business School under our digital marketing program. So, moving ahead on this particular slide, uh, definitely talking about our agenda for our today's webinar, our interaction, and our association. Why digital marketing with generative AI? Certain kind of common myths and realities we are definitely going to touch upon. Talking about learning the basics of digital marketing, steps we need to follow as a digital marketer, or an individual who's an aspiring digital marketer, where we are also talking about future leaders, our entrepreneurs, definitely as part of our learning journey. So, in the end, we are definitely going to look at all the questions which we are definitely going to address and answer. Please keep noting down your points, because it's a human tendency. You tend to have lot many thoughts, lot many queries, but we tend to miss out addressing those, maybe because we tend to forget some of them, and that is something where we keep this habit of journaling down and noting down the details. So, talking about our first, subject or the topic, why digital marketing plus generative AI? Definitely, we are part of a booming industry where every product, service, idea, thought, or expression, thinks about growing exponentially with this digital marketing boom. And where we are talking about a worldwide shift of budgets. And when we say worldwide shift of budgets, that means, as an entrepreneur, there is a specific amount which, as a brand, product, or service, we specifically keep for advertising, branding, and marketing. And that's where that it also caters to an unprecedented career opportunities. Like, we know that today, as a digital marketer, since every product, service, idea, thought, or expression requires that particular strategy, we know that there are ample amount of career opportunities in this particular field, and a right candidate with the right kind of aspiration, will definitely avail that job which is there for them, and people who suit the bill based on the product or service they are associating. So, yes, a shout out to all future leaders, entrepreneurs, and aspiring digital marketers. Definitely, generative AI is transforming how marketers work by automating content creation, analyzing massive data sets, and enabling hyper personalization at scale. So we know that by now, when we are talking about any kind of presentation, any kind of discussion, we have an AI tool which provides us that content. But what we need to do as a digital marketer, we give it a personalized touch based on our knowledge, information, and something where we actually understand that particular domain and be part of that particular segment where we are creating a marketing strategy or a tactic. Um, Definitely, we are talking about a competitive edge where professionals who master AI powered tools can actually demand higher salaries and faster career advancement. Why? Because as a digital marketer, you know that there is an AI intervention for everything. And today we need fast strategies. We need fast tactics. Why? Because it's not just one product or service we are catering to. It's a huge set of companies, industries that are coming together and coming with their own strategy to reach out to a target audience. And as a digital marketer, what you do at that particular set or that particular mindset plays an important role, because there has to be a faster approach. What your competition would do over a period of time, you should be thinking quickly. And that's where the AI intervention is helpful for all the early adopters, who are positioning themselves as an invaluable asset in an increasingly automated industrial landscape. So for example, what you see right now, okay, definitely a kind of an example where you see a particular individual with that creative thought process trying to make money out of display advertisement. Okay, now somebody who is thinking out of the box is definitely part and parcel of the digital advertising, marketing and branding domain. So something which is definitely an out of the box thought process, where you know that there is always a interactive human intervention for your marketing, branding and advertising. Similarly, what you see in front in this particular slide is an example, like, how brands think about showcasing themselves differently from their counterparts or the competition. Like for example, and in any movie, whenever you see an iPhone, it is not to be used by a villain. Any negative personality will never be able to showcase an iPhone in a movie. Why? Because this is the protocol that is designed by the brand itself. Now, something which gives a unique association, that today an iPhone is only associated with a positive protagonist in a movie, not a person who is actually playing a negative character. So this is something which is a fun fact, but associated with a brand and their thought process and their association with a product and how they use it as part of their marketing strategy. Similarly, for an example, something where you say that, even an open AI can't escape the irony. They are hiring a content strategist for 3 to 4 crore, that is per year. Yes, the same company behind chat gpt still needs a human to define voice, tone and content. So the moral of the story is, AI is powerful but the human touch is priceless. So something that is associated, taking care of that myth, that how a creative approach along with AI intervention plays an important role. So don't worry, chat gpt is something which is helping you write this content, but you decided to only keep that emoji. So an example of a person, who actually wrote this particular content with the help of chat gpt, and how mindful they were when they actually used human plus AI equals to teamwork and glitches and everything. Because as an individual, you are part and parcel of a domain where you know that you need that extra hand sometimes to do your work faster. So that is the kind of mindset you need as a digital marketer, that I am not shying away by using any AI tool or a platform, but I constantly and innovatively use it. And when I constantly keep using it, I also try to understand what that tool, what that platform is, and the more and more I use it, the better and well versed I'll be. Like, very simple association. Nobody taught us how to use Instagram. Nobody taught us how to use Facebook. But the day we decided that we are using that profile, slowly and steadily, we were well versed with that platform. It's the same thing with any AI tool or a platform. The only perspective you require as a digital marketer is that constant need and hunger to learn more and more. Similarly, your communication, your content, how well you connect with your target audience plays an important role. It's like, even if it's a product that is selling something online, where you are trying to reach out to a target audience with a thank you note, is also part of your marketing strategy. So all of these points, which we discussed, definitely had a human intervention. So a generative AI and marketing, goes hand in hand, along with your creativity, your knowledge, your domain, your inner inclination to learn new tools and platforms that help you stand out from others, where we are talking about a huge set of competition in the digital marketing domain. So yes, your generative AI that talks about artificial intelligence that creates content across multiple formats. We are talking about text generation, we are talking about visual creation and customer engagement. So unlike traditional softwares that follows rigid instructions, generative AI learns patterns from vast amount of data and produces new contextually relevant outputs. This technology doesn't just copy existing content, it generates fresh text, designs unique images, produces videos, crafts compelling ad copies, and even composes music. So, something that is associated with this particular AI platform called Suno AI. Okay, what I'll do is I'll share the link also on our chat, so that all my leaders, future entrepreneurs, aspiring digital marketers can go through this particular tool and platform. So yes, the application is in marketing are virtually limitless. But yes, a human AI partnership is what required. Why? Because as a tool or a platform which is instruction friendly, which provides all the details, we require that human creativity, strategic thinking, emotional intelligence, which cannot be replaced, and something where we are talking about text generation, visual creation, or even an AI chatbot that is 24 by 7 customer support and lead qualification, which is supported with a customer engagement or a chatbot. So, technology is helping you enhance your digital marketing skills. So, when we talk about this concept of organic visibility, AI search, and paid placement, we know that organic and paid are the two segments of the digital marketing domain which play an important role as part of our digital marketing. But yes, there is always an AI intervention. We still know that as a digital marketer, you cannot just replace a traditional mode of marketing, but you collaborate with your traditional mode of marketing, that is traditional as well as digital, along with the organic visibility, paid performance, where there is an immense intervention of AI driven tools and platforms. So, this is something which is part and parcel of our digital marketing domain. So, for example, you plus AI is equal to a huge amount of creative collaboration, where we, example, we are talking about adspider.ai, competitors spy, ad spy. That's a platform that helps you understand which are the ads that a competitor is creating and what is working for them and what is not working for them. Similarly, adcreative.ai, that is AI generated ad copies and creatives, something that that platform provides in terms with AI generated ad copies and creatives. Canva, we all are aware of. It's a design, eye catching, and ad graphics creative tool or a platform. Similarly, we have something called copy.ai where we write high converting ad copies. Similarly, Google Performance Max, that is AI powered ad optimization. Meta Advantage Plus, that is smarter targeting for Facebook ads, and Google Analytics, that is AI driven insights to improve performance. So, when we are talking about you plus AI is equal to a collaboration with the help of these tools and platforms, that is AdSpider.io, AdCreative.ai, Canva, Copy AI, Google Performance Max, Meta Advantage Plus, as well as Google Analytics. So, this is a comprehensive approach. Like today, even if I'm using an AI tool or a platform, there is a strategy, there is a human intervention, there is a thought process, which is required. And while these tools and platforms are supporting me, I'm also having a street smart approach when I'm using these tools and platforms based on the requirement of my brand, product, service, or the kind of situation I am in as a digital marketer. So these are some things which we definitely keep in mind as a digital marketing strategy or a tactic as a future leader, entrepreneur, or a aspiring digital marketer. So, for example, U plus AI is also equal to a collaboration where we are using a JavaScript object notation, okay, which is like a text based data used for storing and exchanging data in a human readable and a machine parsable way. So, I am using it as a code, but my code includes certain specifications. Like, for example, generate a human like essay where the topic is global warming. The audience is 20 to 30-year-old nature lovers in tier 1 cities in South Africa. Structure, which is like a fantastic, statistic that grips viewer. Something which is a hook, which provides a statistical data that grips viewers. The tone should be informative, it should be emotional, and the length should be 500 words. But the same communication is written in a JavaScript object notation. So, something where a smart thought process, a keyword intervention with a computer language or a database. So, this is also an ideal example of our strategy. This is also an ideal example of what we can think out of the box, what we can think as a digital marketer, which provides that uniqueness for your brand, product, or service you are associated with. So, this is another example in front of you. So, keeping our agenda in mind, for our today's webinar, where we are specifically talking about common myths and realities and something as a digital marketer we need to be mindful and aware of. So, a common myth, that AI will replace marketers over a period of time. So, a basic reality check on this: no CEO or founder of the company is responsible to do the daily task of content calendar, or content formatting, something to do with data analytics. It's not something which the CEO or the founder of the company is actually doing. So there is a human intervention, there is a team, because the stipulated task of that particular brand growth, where we actually discuss that somewhere down the line, over a period of time, there is a shift in the budgets. Like I just don't want to run a particular brand and spend only on the investment for that particular product or service. But apart from that, my advertising, branding, and marketing also requires certain kind of investments. So yes, that investment is also part of my brand return on investments. That is the kind of investment I'm expecting or I am spending. I'm also expecting a similar kind of return from that particular brand. So yes, the return on your investments are also dependent on your marketing budget over a period of time. So your AI excels at repetitive, data heavy tasks like A B testing analysis, content formatting, audience segmentation, where there is no replacement. And definitely, as a human intervention, you will be using those tools and platforms where you are talking. About your brand, you are, making brand stories, you are, associating with your target audience, and over a period of time you are building that emotional connect with your target audience. So AI will never replace any smart marketer. Like today, if we, as a facilitator or as a digital marketing trainer, when we talk about this, when we train people, when we give certain case study, we give certain examples, we know that even if there is a basic tool or a platform which is very new, okay, the tool has just released in the year 2026, and as a digital marketer, I spend 2 days on that tool or a platform. By the third or the fourth day, I'll at least become pro over a period of time and understand that tool and platform brilliantly, and will also be able to train others, on that tool or a platform. So that's the beauty, of this human intervention, where we are using our creative mind, our emotional intelligence, our storytelling skills to the optimum. So, this is something which we really need to keep in mind. The myth that you need advanced technical skills, to be AI friendly or to use those AI friendly tools or platforms. Just a basic example, as a advertising, marketing, branding professional, when I started off my career with corporates, and slowly and steadily I got into the training segment in the digital marketing domain. In my very first job, I was not even computer literate. Okay. But over a period of time, during the time, because I'm talking and I'm speaking as a millennial myself, okay, a person who's born in 1982. Okay, so a millennial who was not computer literate in her first job. But what happened during the course of our journey, during the exposure, the first exposure or the first job I had was with an IT company, and definitely, the kind of skills that are required, they were also part of our learning journey throughout our association with that particular brand. So what happens, there is a literacy which is required, that as a marketer I am using certain tools and platforms in my day to day life. And what is that one element which is required is my inquisitivity, my hunger to learn something new, whether it is a new feature, whether there is a new tool or it's a new software. There has to be an immense amount of hunger and curiosity to learn. So even if you are a non technical user, your intuitive skills, your hunger to learn something new, your curiosity to associate yourself with new features, tools, or platforms is something that is required, not an advanced skill set in the digital marketing domain. And that's something, which is a very common reason, why most of us are, not thinking about being part of this particular field because of the misconceptions around technicalities, or that concept that being a female you might not be that tech savvy, or the concept that I have not used that tool or platform earlier, and maybe when I start using it I might not be very good at it. So that misconception needs to be taken care of, because a basic digital literacy is what you require, and over a period of time your curiosity to learn new things, new features, new platforms is what will make you excel in this particular field. Because again, those tools and platforms are making my life simpler. What we spent time researching 5 different blogs and then coming out with our own subject matter understanding of that particular topic is now taken care by chat gpt, or any other tool or platform that provides you that content creation. Similarly, the third most important, that AI is too complicated. No, the reality check is, in today's time, these AI tools are prioritizing user friendliness. Imagine, if I'm using Chat GPT for the first time and it is giving me a complicated interface which I'm not able to understand. I need a basic literacy, which I have, and the more instructions I read, the more association I have with that particular tool or platform, which I do not need to code. I'm not creating that tool and platform from scratch. Okay, I'm not coding over there. It's a simple conversational interface which I'm using, whether it is Chat GPT, Canva AI, Jasper, or any other marketing tool. Once we start using that tool or platform, it does not require any technical background to use that particular tool or platform, because I'm not coding that particular platform from the scratch. What I'm using is, I'm reading basic instructions, following the usage, following the dashboard, and that dashboard is providing me an immense amount of instruction and a user friendly interface. So yes, AI is not complicated. It will never replace marketers. You do not need advanced technical skills. A basic digital literacy is good enough, and AI is not at all complicated, because they prioritize user friendliness. Like today, imagine, I launch a particular tool and I make it in a complicated way. I will not get that mass association. I will not get people using that tool or platform because of its complicated interface. And that's the priority of all AI tools and platforms, that they have to provide a seamless, user friendly interface. So, understanding the truth about AI in marketing will help you approach your career with confidence and realistic expectations. So, something where, even if you go for an interview and, somebody says that, have you used Copilot, which is part of a Microsoft product, you should be confidently saying that, I have not used it because I do not have Microsoft installed on my system as of now. But as and when I get associated with it, the more and more usage will happen. I, as a digital marketer, or I, as a marketing professional, advertising or a branding professional, will be able to understand that particular tool or product seamlessly. So that is the kind of confidence you require when you are cracking an interview. I have not used it till now, but the day I start using it, I'll be getting pro in it over a period of time. So that is the kind of confidence you need to showcase in your interviews. So yes, the key AI tools every beginner should know: content creation, okay, specifically for all the strategists, digital marketers, something to talk about: content calendar, your social media communication, your email marketing, your content which is speaking about your marketing, communication on your website, everything requires that kind of connection. And yes, the more association with these tools and platforms like ChatGPT, Perplexity AI, Copilot will help you, crack those right kind of captions, ad copy, email campaigns, and product descriptions. Similarly, for your visual journey, because anything which is online, and whenever we talk about content strategy, will have content, text, visuals, videos, or any kind of association that is providing that creative approach to your product, because something that looks beautiful, appealing, can get hold of your target audience to a longer duration. And that is where the visuals play an important role in your online creation. Similarly, your marketing automation through email marketing tools and platforms like HubSpot and MailChimp, which definitely have an AI intervention along with your analytics. And when we say analytics, you need to analyze how your data is performing. So once you actually cater to your analytics, you connect with your target audience, you know that this is what you need to do to run a brand, this is what working for the brand, or this is what is not working, or reaching out to the target audience. So an AI powered analytics identifies trends, predicts outcome, and recommend optimized strategies, helping marketers make data driven decisions faster. So familiarizing yourself with these tools will immediately make you more valuable to potential employees or clients. Like, I show that confidence that as a digital marketer, even if I'm using that tool or platform for the very first time, I will get used to it because I have that knack of creativity. I have that curiosity to learn. And as and when I get accustomed, I will use it for the best or as an optimum digital marketing strategy or a tactic. And this is the kind of confidence you need to give to your employees or your clients. So, learn the core principles and what you need to do as a digital marketer. The step number one, learn the core principles of digital marketing, that is search engine optimization, social media marketing, email marketing, or paid or performance marketing or paid advertising. So, I know that I'm using, certain strategies or tactics or anything that I'm publishing online with the right kind of keyword research content is actually helping me rank that product or service on Google. So it will appear on the first 10 searches. So social media marketing, again, I know that I want to reach out to a larger audience. Okay, I want to reach out to a larger audience with the right kind of strategies, information, and content, that they get accustomed to or they get used to my brand, because the more and more publicity I provide about my brand, people will have a recall, and definitely whenever they need that product or service, they will easily be associating with that product and they will use it as per their requirement. Similarly, your email marketing strategy, that is your personalization and AI driven subject lines and automation, that helping them recall a particular product or service and also generating the right kind of leads. Similarly, you discover huge or paid ads that do a lot of run around your social media, on your Google, and you know that whenever there is a new product launch, there has to be a visibility, and your paid performance marketing provides that visibility, so that in case if somebody is requiring that product or service and it appears on their timeline, people will buy and it will generate that revenue, reach, lead for that product or service. So these are the first core principles you need to keep in mind as a digital marketing strategy. Definitely, as you learn each marketing concept, immediately research how AI tools can enhance that specific area. This parallel learning approach will accelerate your expertise. Any particular task, okay, as a digital marketer, you require. Like today, if I know that, there is a webinar conducted by Digital Regenesis, with a specific purpose. So it has to align with a specific need. Definitely, that need will have an AI intervention because I want to quick fix certain things. I want to, participate by doing those things properly. And it should match the requirement that to reach out to a specific audience where they will be intrigued to be part of this particular learning journey. So there has to be a parallel learning approach which is required to accelerate your expertise. So you do something, okay, as a requirement for a brand or product, you immediately start researching around various AI tools in that category, start using the free versions of those tools and platforms, get yourself associated, accustomed to it, and then what will happen that over a period of time you are becoming a pro in that approach. Like every strategy or a tactic will have an AI tool associated with it. So, under Google Digital Garage, there are comprehensive free certifications covering all digital marketing fundamentals, and those certifications are part of your LinkedIn profile. They should be part of your LinkedIn engagement where you are constantly propagating what you have achieved. Similarly, Meta Blueprint, Facebook and Instagram advertising training directly from the platform. So that is Google and Facebook providing those certifications as part of their free training process. So, something which, as a digital marketer or a future leader, entrepreneur, can look into while you are associating or while you are looking at growing your skill set in the digital marketing domain. So, step number 2, getting hands on with certain AI tools, starting with free versions, mastering prompt engineering, experimenting with the kind of data that is helping me. Like, for example, if I need to create a content that is a human like essay or something which is a layman centric, which is providing that information or emotional association, what I do is I try to use that in my prompt. Okay, when I'm experimenting with free versions, the free versions are also good enough to get a hands on experience of certain tools and platforms. And today, when we know that as a digital marketer, one particular category or association or requirement will definitely have an AI tool, which is assisting you or helping you get that task quickly. So start with free versions, master prompt engineering, and build your portfolio. And when I say portfolio, even if it's a basic concept of creating a copy, for a particular brand, or maybe a subject line which is part of my email subject line, is actually a portfolio which you have created for your product or service. So something that you constantly speak about, something that you constantly associate with, is part of your portfolio, whether it is in the form of your social media link, whether it is in the form of content you generated by using a certain tool. Okay, all of that should be part of your portfolio generation. So keep in mind that, as a digital marketer, you are constantly, you know, constantly curious to learn, experiment, and also create your complete database that is showing or actually propagating your skills and expertise. So develop a product launch strategy with an AI generated landing page, social media content calendar, email sequence, supporting visuals, or document your process and results. This portfolio becomes your job winning asset. So don't just learn AI tools, demonstrate mastery through real work. Employers value proven ability over theoretical knowledge. So, yes, as a digital marketer, your theory, your understanding of your concepts, you are enrolling yourself in a digital marketing course. So, you need to be associated with that theoretical knowledge. But along with it, over a period of time, you build your portfolio, which is comprising of actual work. When you are talking about strategy development for a product or service. So, theory only takes you so far. Practical experience with AI tools is what sets you apart in the job market. The best way to learn is by creating real marketing content and experimenting with different approaches. So, the step three, that is build your digital presence and network. Optimize your LinkedIn profile. You cannot not say that, as a digital marketer, I do not like using Twitter. I do not, I'm not a social media freak. I do not like to experiment on these social media platforms. You cannot say that, because as a digital marketer, I should be a pro Facebook user, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, specifically because I want to optimize my profile. I want to make my visibility. Because, you know, for a digital marketer, a social presence is must. Why? Because you are also constantly using the tool and platforms, you are using the updated features, you are using the new technical updates on that platform, and this also showcases your curiosity to learn more. Join active communities, and when I say active communities, it includes job portals, it includes certain kind of communities that are looking for digital marketing exposure, that are looking for advertising, marketing and branding jobs. And then follow the industry leaders, whether the leader is a marketing professional, HR professional, or somebody who is a CEO or a director of a company. So I am actually associating myself with these people. Why? Because that's a kind of networking. Because as a digital marketer, your networking skills, your association skills really matter. Because along with your theory, technical knowledge, your communication skills, your association skills really matter. Because I, as a digital marketer, should also be able to convince an employee to appoint me as part of their digital marketing team. So, this is one thing which you really, really need to improvise and keep working on. Because I think, sometimes when you are part of so many interview sessions, and you are not able to crack a particular interview, don't get disheartened, because that particular interview intervention or association is also making you learn what are the skills as an individual I need to improvise, what are the skills I still need to work to crack another interview. So that is the kind of mindset you require as a digital marketer, future leader, or an entrepreneur. Because with that particular failure or a rejection, you are only getting better, and you are learning the areas you need to improvise as an individual. So, yes, your digital presence and network, definitely an important aspect. I'll be sharing my Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn link in case we need to connect one on one basis, in case if we have any questions, queries as part of this particular digital marketing journey. So, the next but the most important step is applying for all the entry level roles and internships. Target entry level positions, highlight AI skills where you are also emphasizing that even if I'm not using that tool, or I have not used that particular tool, but I have the acumen or the proficiency to be master of that particular tool over a period of time. Search for roles that are digital marketing assistant, content creators, social media coordinators, community creators, or community influencers, something to do with email marketing specialist, marketing analyst. These positions value enthusiasm and demonstrated skills over years of experience. Like, you have to begin somewhere as a digital marketer, even if it's a basic digital creator job for your Instagram page, even if it's a vlogger or a blogger for a YouTube channel. So you have to start somewhere, because that's where you'll keep getting that confidence over a period of time. In your resume, in your cover letter, your CV. I'm sure you all know the difference between a resume and a CV. A resume is when you begin your journey at the very beginning, and then once you have that experience, once you spend certain years in your corporate journey, your resume gets converted to your CV, which is referred to as curriculum vitae, which is more of your skills, responsibilities, and the key areas you have worked on in any organization. So, yes, you feature your AI tool proficiency, portfolios, projects, quantify achievements where possible, create social media post using Chat GPT or Canva AI, or develop complete email campaign with 40% open rate using AI automation. So you are using a kind of proficiency, you are using certain kind of skills while you are also associating yourself with that particular product or service. Like, today I'll use an AI tool, to create my CV. I'll use an AI tool to create my cover letter. So this also showcases my expertise as a digital marketer. So boost your credibility with recognized credentials like Regenesis digital marketing programs. I'll definitely be sharing this particular link also with y'all, after we have completed our particular session and presentation. The best time to begin is today. Your digital marketing career with generative AI awaits. The industry needs talented professionals who understand both marketing fundamentals and AI capabilities. That person can be you. Take the first step today, whether it is signing up for a free course, experimenting with an AI tool, or updating your LinkedIn profile. Your future self will thank you, for starting now. So, for this particular communication, okay, I'm using this particular AI platform, okay, with a this particular platform is basically for voice content or something to associate yourself with that kind of audio. So this particular tool is referred to as 11 labs, okay. And for example, this text which I have added over here, and I'm just playing it for you as a audio. Just give it a moment, please. So this is the tool which I have used. And what I'll do is I'll share the link in our chat so that we all can experiment on this particular tool as well. It's referred to as 11labs.io. Okay. So I have shared the link. So the best time to begin is today. And why do we say that? Because AI is transforming marketing. We are witnessing a fundamental shift in how marketing works. Early adopters who embrace AI now will lead the industry tomorrow. The competitive advantage goes to those who act today, not those who wait for perfect conditions. Okay, so we say start small, keep learning. And when we say that, we are not cluttering ourselves with so much of knowledge, but what we are trying to do is take those baby steps which are essential for our growth. You don't need to master everything immediately. Begin with one AI tool, create one portfolio project, make one professional connection. Small, consistent actions compound into remarkable career growth. Progress, not perfection, is the goal. And that is how, as a millennial, throughout the journey, when we began our career into marketing and advertising, this was something which we kept in mind, and slowly and steadily, when we are confidently part of this 2026 era, we know that there is a substantial amount of growth and learning that has helped us to be part of our career growth, and take that understanding and learning throughout our journey, and also keep growing and helping others to grow, because that is one particular perspective we need to keep in mind. The more knowledge we gain, we also should be sharing that knowledge, because with those expertise you are only getting better, and also having that intensity to learn new things, because the more you share, it's also something where you also become confident with your approach, and your learning stays with you for lifelong. So this is something which, as a conclusion, as a facilitator, as a lecturer, I have learned that I keep learning from my audience, and to train them I also keep instigating to learn new skill set, because that is the demand, that is the requirement of this particular digital marketing domain. The best time to begin is today, where you showcase your skills, learn your AI powered marketing work, speak for itself. Like, something that is your AI powered work is letting it speak for itself. Share your projects publicly, write about your learning journey, and help others to understand AI tools. Teaching solidifies your own knowledge while building your reputation as an expert. Like today, y'all are part of this live webinar. But what I can do is I can share my link. I can share it with my audience. I can share it with my peer, so that they also get associated. And you never know, with their determination, with their conviction, you also might be part of this particular learning journey. So that is something where we know that teaching solidifies your own knowledge, and it stays with you till eternity. So something that is part of our digital marketing domain. Talking about our communication further, we know that we are talking about our digital regenesis program, that are part of our digital marketing domain, along with data science, artificial intelligence, project management, cybersecurity, marketing, data analytics, design thinking, project management, and definitely they all contribute or create the entire consortium for digital regenesis. Every time we speak about it, we always contribute by talking about our holistic interrelationships, strategy, and delivery, which is part of our integrated leadership and management model, where we are trying to create magic with digital regenesis under our Regenesis Business School. We also emphasize on the concept of our graduate attributes, where we are trying to create magic. We are trying to create that regenesis magic with our ground decisions and evidence, thinking differently, leading consciously, harnessing diversity, comporting yourself professionally, and having that global approach or a outlook that is not confining to your own territory or vicinity, but also looking at marketing beyond your own region, because the brands, products, and services all across the world are doing phenomenal marketing, whether it is their strategy or tactic to promote a product or service online as well as offline. So, definitely, this is part of our today's webinar where I wanted to discuss about these points, keeping in mind the queries, which we come across, or the right kind of mindset which we require in our career path as a digital marketer. So, over to y'all for any questions which we can address at the end of our session. For now, we look into any questions which we come across. Okay, the link has been shared on our chat. You'll definitely see the link. I'm resharing the link again on our chat for you. Okay, so if you look into your webinar chat, you will be able to see the link. I am looking out for the queries, questions on this live chat. You can go ahead with your query in case if you have any. And in the meantime, what I'll also do is I'll share my other links also, as I confirmed in my previous slide. I'll be sharing that information with you all. My Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn link is shared on the chat as I discussed earlier. Any specific questions which we can look into? Okay. I don't see any questions as of now. Please feel free to reach out. Thank you so much for this wonderful association, everyone. God bless you all. See you all soon in our next session. Thank you so much.